Imagine waking up every morning to the soft sound of ocean waves. You open your eyes, step out onto your balcony, and feel the warm breeze on your face. You take a sip of a fresh mango shake, and remarkably, you're paying less than $500 a month for rent. This may sound like a dream, but for many Americans in 2025, this dream is becoming a reality in the Philippines. It may seem surprising, but an increasing number of people from the US are leaving behind the stress of big cities like New York, Los Angeles, and even areas in Florida. They are tired of rising prices, noisy streets, long work hours, and feelings of isolation. In the Philippines, they have found something different: peace, community, and a slower, happier way of life. Many now work online while enjoying the beauty of tropical islands. They report that life feels lighter, even emotionally. Some even admit they've cried tears of relief, experiencing no more rushing, no more pressure, just life. So, what is truly pushing this wave of Americans to the Philippines? What is pulling their hearts across the ocean? Stick around until the end, because the final reason might touch your heart in an unexpected way. Sometimes a better life isn't necessarily further ahead, it's simply somewhere else. A record exodus from the U.S. As of May 2025, something significant is happening. More Americans are leaving the U.S. than ever before, setting a notable record. Why are they going? Because life in America is becoming increasingly difficult. Prices are rising rapidly, rent, food, and bills cost more than many can comfortably afford. People are working long hours but remain stressed, tired, and unhappy. Many feel they have lost their life balance. The unfortunate truth is that America no longer feels like home for many. A new report by Pew Research reveals a striking statistic. Almost 4 out of every 10 Americans under the age of 45 have seriously considered living in another country. This isn't just a fleeting dream, it's a cry for change. And where are they looking? The Philippines. It's not only a beautiful country with beaches and sunshine, but it's also affordable, populated by friendly people, and relatively easy for Americans to settle into, as almost everyone speaks English. Over 300,000 Americans already reside in Southeast Asia, with a significant number choosing the Philippines. Even more noteworthy is that it's no longer just retirees making this move. Now, young workers, online freelancers, and even families are part of this wave. They are seeking peace, freedom, and a better quality of life, and perhaps they are finally finding it far from home. The affordable cost of living. In 2025, one of the biggest reasons more and more Americans are moving to the Philippines is simple yet powerful: it's much cheaper to live there. Imagine this. In cities like Cebu, Davao, or Iloilo, you can rent a fully furnished one-bedroom apartment for just $300 to $600 a month. That's a stark contrast, especially when rent in the US is often over $1,500 for something comparable or even inferior. The savings don't stop there. Internet, electricity, and even phone plans are considerably more affordable. You can eat out at a restaurant for under $5, buy fresh groceries at low prices, and even hire someone to help clean your home, a luxury most people in the US can no longer afford. Back in America, everything feels like it's getting more expensive. Eggs, milk, rent, gas, it all impacts your wallet. Inflation has made everyday life stressful and disheartening. But in the Philippines, your dollar still holds significant value. You can stretch it further and finally enjoy life. Many Americans now living there share a sentiment that resonates deeply. I'm finally living the life I could never afford back home. That sentence holds both pain and peace for some. It's not just about saving money, it's about finally being free to live without constant financial fear or stress. Accessible and affordable healthcare. Healthcare is a significant concern for many Americans, especially when considering a move to another country. However, here's something that might come as a surprise. The Philippines is excelling when it comes to good and affordable healthcare in 2025. In big cities like Manila, Cebu, and Davao, you can access private hospitals that offer world-class care. Remarkably, a visit to a doctor there can cost only $20 to $50. Even procedures like eye surgeries or dental work, which cost thousands in the US, are much, much cheaper here. Furthermore, some international insurance companies even offer plans specifically for expatriates, starting at only $40 a month. And importantly, many doctors and nurses in the Philippines are trained in America or Europe, with most speaking fluent English, so you don't have to worry about communication barriers with your doctor. For retirees or individuals with ongoing health issues, this kind of accessible and affordable care can be a lifesaver, not just for their physical well-being, but also for their peace of mind. In the US, many live in fear of a single emergency bill destroying their savings. But in the Philippines, people report things like, "For the first time, I feel safe getting care without going broke," and that is truly life-changing. The rise of remote work opportunities. Something amazing is happening in 2025. Remote work has completely transformed lives. After the pandemic, an increasing number of Americans learned a crucial lesson. You don't have to live in the US to earn a US income. You can work from almost anywhere, and that's precisely what thousands are doing. The Philippines recognized this significant shift and acted swiftly. The country now offers longer visas and special regulations for people who work online. In places like Dumaguete, Siquijor, and even beautiful parts of Palawan, they've developed fast internet, cozy co-working spaces, and entire communities for people working from their laptops. Can you imagine conducting your Zoom meetings from a beachside cafe, surrounded by palm trees, with the blue ocean water right in front of you? That's not a dream, it's a reality for many. People are sending emails while sipping fresh coconut juice, then taking a swim during their lunch breaks. The internet here is fast enough for large file uploads and video calls, and the atmosphere is peaceful, almost like being on a perpetual vacation. It's surprising to many, but this freedom is now attainable. Why remain stuck in traffic and endure stress when one can work in a location where every break feels like a beach getaway? For many, this new lifestyle feels like a second chance at happiness. Breathtaking natural beauty. Can you imagine waking up each day to the sound of waves, walking under palm trees, or watching a sunset so beautiful it brings tears to your eyes? That's what life can feel like in the Philippines. This country boasts more than 7,000 islands, each filled with incredible natural beauty. From the bright blue waters of El Nido to the green hills of Bohol, there's always something to take your breath away. Many Americans come from busy, stressful cities filled with tall buildings, traffic, and noise. But when they move to the Philippines, they experience something they've missed for so long: peace. Instead of sitting in traffic, people here go for swims in the ocean, explore hidden waterfalls, or hike up tropical mountains. Nature isn't just a weekend activity, it's part of daily life. Even in big cities like Cebu or Davao, you're never far from the beach or the mountains. The weather is warm all year round, so you can always be outside. And when you're surrounded by nature, it's not just your body that feels better, your heart feels lighter too. It's remarkable how quickly people fall in love with this lifestyle. For many, it feels like the life they never thought they could have. English proficiency and welcoming culture. Living in a new country can be intimidating, especially if you don't speak the language. But in the Philippines, that fear quickly dissipates. English is spoken almost everywhere, from schools and banks to taxis and shops. Most people understand and speak English well. For Americans, this makes everyday life so much easier. You don't need to struggle with words, you don't feel lost. Instead, everything feels familiar, almost like home. But it's not just the language that touches your heart. What truly impresses many Americans is how kind and welcoming the Filipino people are. Strangers treat you like family. They smile at you, help you, and invite you into their lives. Don't be surprised if you're asked to join a local fiesta or a fun karaoke party just days after you arrive. These moments stay with you forever. There's something deeply emotional about feeling accepted so quickly. Some Americans say they never truly felt at home in the US, but in the Philippines, they feel seen, heard, and loved. That sense of belonging, of being part of a community, is something many didn't even know they were missing until they found it here. It's not just a new country, for many, it becomes their new heart home. Real estate opportunities. When Americans think about owning a home in another country, many feel confused or even apprehensive. In the Philippines, there are some specific rules. You can't buy land if you're not a citizen. That might feel a little disheartening or unfair at first. But here's the good news. You can still own a condominium, and you can lease land for up to 50 years, which gives people a genuine chance to build a life there. In 2025, things are changing rapidly. Big cities like Manila, Cebu, and Bonifacio Global City are seeing the construction of modern condos designed with foreigners in mind. And the prices? They're remarkably affordable compared to the US. You can buy a nice one-bedroom condo for around $30,000 to $70,000, often the price of a car back home. These properties frequently come with amazing extras like swimming pools, gyms, and 24-hour security. Amenities that would cost a fortune in the US if buying isn't right for you. Renting is also extremely affordable. You can find beautiful homes or apartments in great areas for a price that won't break your heart or your wallet. For many Americans, this kind of housing freedom offers a second chance, a way to live better, breathe easier, and finally feel like they belong somewhere peaceful. Safety and security. Many people worry about safety when moving to another country, and that fear is valid. But here's a reassuring truth. In 2025, the Philippines is much safer than many expect, especially for foreigners. In cities like Cebu, Tagaytay, and Davao, crime rates are low, and the streets often feel calmer than some places in the US. The local government is making significant efforts to ensure expats feel safe, including improving roads, adding more streetlights, and strengthening police presence in popular areas. For Americans who are tired of seeing homelessness, crime, or protests in their hometowns, walking through peaceful streets in the Philippines can feel quite surreal, like taking a deep breath after holding it for too long. There's a sense of calm that many say they haven't felt in years. What's even more comforting is the strong friendship between the US and the Philippines. Americans have access to flexible visa options and good support from their embassy. And if you simply follow local rules and show respect for the culture, you'll likely be welcomed with open arms. Many expats say this feeling of peace, safety, and belonging is something they never truly had back home, and it's why they never want to leave. The Special Resident Retirees Visa, SRRV. Imagine starting a new chapter in your life when you're over 50, where stress melts away and joy takes over. That's precisely what the Philippines offers with its Special Resident Retirees Visa, SRRV. If you're looking to retire without all the complicated paperwork and hurdles you might find in other countries, this is your chance. For just $10,000 to $20,000, depending on your pension status, you can obtain a visa that allows you to live in the Philippines indefinitely. On top of that, you'll enjoy special perks like tax exemptions, discounts on travel, and even other services. Imagine the relief. No more worrying about endless paperwork or sky-high taxes. For many retirees, it's like they found a hidden treasure after working hard in the US for decades. Retirement here is like the reward they always dreamed of. Many say they found a new sense of community, happiness, and purpose. And the best part? It comes without the financial stress that weighed them down for years. For those who've worked so hard for so long, this new life in the Philippines feels like the peaceful and well-earned respite they truly deserve. Why 2025 is the perfect time? You might be asking, why now? What makes 2025 such a special year to move? Well, there are some significant changes happening that make it an ideal time. The Philippine government has made it easier for digital workers, retirees, and even remote business owners to obtain long-term visas. They are also discussing a new US-Philippines tax agreement that could end the stress of paying double taxes. This means you could potentially live in the Philippines without worrying about losing a significant portion of your income to the US government. At the same time, the housing crisis in US cities like San Francisco, Austin, and Miami is prompting people to look for other places to live just to afford a decent life. The cost of living in these cities is spiraling out of control. With global travel fully back in swing and a generally favorable exchange rate, 2025 is shaping up to be an excellent time to move abroad. If you're tired of the 9-to-5 grind, feeling priced out of your home, or dreaming of palm trees and peace, then the Philippines could be your next adventure. Here, you can have a better life for less money, enjoy amazing weather all year round, and yes, partake in lots of fun karaoke nights. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? If this overview has sparked your interest, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Would you consider moving to the Philippines in 2025? Or are you perhaps already preparing to pack your bags?